And hello internet, Lord Ozunu here. You see, when I think about Hollywood, many people will think about all those movies they made, but only thing that I think of is
Everybody comes to Hollywood.
for me, Hollywood is a place of deceiving and of the lies and all those things that go with making movies. You see, the reason why I think so is basically you have all those incredible martial arts and martial artists that can perform many super feats like you could see in this video, and yet they still fail miserably to create actually a good movie. I mean, I don't know why people worship Quentin Tarantino as the great director. All he ever do is copy from the other movies, like could see in the Kill Bill that it was an obvious copy of the Kung Fu TV show, and people like him have audacity to say bad things about all those martial arts and the martial artists, even though he obviously copied from them, and he would not even have a movie if he was not a thief like he is. But the thing with this TV show, I have several things that I don't like. I mean, for that period of time it was nice, organized. I mean, western and combination with martial arts movie, it is kinda interesting, but my biggest problem with this TV show is the fact that they take an actor who don't even know martial arts. I mean, come on. The only talent that they say he got before this movie was the fact that he know how to dance. How is that excuse for making a TV show literally named by a Chinese martial arts, and then you take the main actor, someone who doesn't even know how to perform a basic kung fu form, but yeah, we are going to base entire TV show about him. It was ridiculous. That's always the thing that annoy me in Hollywood, because they are more focused on the politics and there's some hidden agenda instead of making the real good story. For example, in many cases we could see that martial artists here in question mark, because nobody of them actually knows martial arts, they don't know even how to fight. I mean, in this scene particular, as you can see, Kane next to the river and he is on his instrument, as you could see him in many scenes in the TV show, and suddenly he noticed that in the background there is a ninja. Why ninja wear his black camouflage uniform that is designed to be worn during the night? Don't know. That is just one of many stupid stereotypes that Hollywood promote about ninjas that was not in real life the case, because uniform the ninja wear is used as the camouflage, and wearing that uniform during the day would be the stupidest thing that ninja can do, because he will be noticed by everyone. So what's even the point? During the day you wear a regular clothes because you don't want to be noticed. And in this scene he throw shurikens at him and he just dodged them easily, which is hardly believable that you can actually, as a human being, dodge a shuriken knowing how fast they are actually. And this entire scene is just lame choreographed. I mean, come on, it should be obvious. But if you still are not convinced that TV show suffered hardly because it had actors who doesn't even know how to fight, it's really obvious in this scene in the particular. I mean, in this scene ninja should attack him with a knife, and just when you look this in the slow motion, it look really ridiculous, because as you can see, he going with a knife in front of him, and instead in stabbing him in the stomach, he just go to the side. Look, it's clear as day, he go to the side. I don't know what he actually tried to stab with, going in the side with a knife, probably air or something, but when you watch the TV show with some knowledge about martial arts, it looks painfully obvious that it is all staged, and that thing should not be obvious when you watch a movie or a TV show. After all, the major purpose of that is to deceive audience to think that this is the real life and not, oh look, a staged scene, how nice. But honestly, the biggest mystery for me about Hollywood is the fact that they got all those money and all those epic actors and all those resources needed to make the great martial art movie. Why can't they do that? I mean, how hard is to actually read some history and see that in reality ninjas, when they go in dark, they would go with the black robes, or when they are going at the snow they will use white and etc, etc, or when they go in public they go dressed like everybody else because they don't want to look suspicious. But still, after all this, show get a reboot, and also it have the sequel in which we have a grandson of the original character going around the world using martial arts. It was kinda confusing to figure out what actually was happening in this TV show and how is this character still alive after all these years. But that was modern Hollywood. And not to mention, this TV show also get a modern interpretation that is coming now in this year, in which, as I could figure out from the internet, this particular Asian actor go from some reason to Shaolin temple, and there she learn a kung fu, and when she's back here in the United States, now she fight corruption in the system. But it's kinda hard for me to believe in that thing, because you have this random girl who would go and suddenly train some time, and now she is so strong that she can fight the people way bigger than her. It's still, after all those years, Hollywood didn't learn the lesson to make actually believable TV show.
Do us a small favor and give this video a like. Subscribe to our channel and turn notifications on by tapping the bell icon to ensure you never have to miss another one of our action-packed, facts-filled videos ever again. Because why would you want to?
What is also interesting about this show is the fact that in many of the episodes we can actually see family members from the main actor, like in this scene in which we actually see his young brother, or in the other episodes when we are going to see his father, and etc, etc. So it's clearly that he used the fact that he is major star here. What is also interesting is the fact that the so-called Shaolin temple in which they all train and we have many scenes is actually a modified version of the King Arthur castle, in which there will make several movie videos. So it's interesting how Hollywood will transform things that already have for purposes of something else they are making in that particular moment. What I also find interesting about this TV show is the fact how they deal with William Smith. I mean, this actor was kinda, from my perspective, awesome for playing a tough guy, and he actually have several appearances in the episode in which was this, I would say, awesome movie scene because of this chainmail fight. But what is actually funny to me is the fact that they decide not to put him as the major character of the TV show because they find him too beefy and too, you know, muscular and all, which is ridiculous for me. I mean, you want to have a main actor, someone that when you see it you are like, no, I'm not going to deal with this guy, look how big and scary it is. Not, oh, look, this Smurf looking guy, he should be a main. But the biggest mistake of this TV show is the fact that they didn't take a Bruce Lee as the major actor for this TV show, even so he created a scenario that was actually created with the fact of making a new interesting TV show about the martial artists who go all over the Wild West and fighting all those incredible fights. But even after all those years, the director of the Kung Fu TV show still rejects the idea that he is still anything, and he will still claim how it was all of his original idea, even so there are evidence that show the otherwise. And they say that they reject the Bruce Lee as actor because his English was not really that good in the pretend, but as we will see in the Greenhorn later, it was the big mistake for not taking him. That's all I have to say. I hope you like video, and as always I hope you learned something. That will be all. Ordo Zunu is out.